What's up again, everybody? Today we are going to cover a topic that I see asked perhaps more than any other topic, and the question comes most of the time from newer players to the game or people that are interested in joining the game. And the question is kind of two-parter. It's a two-parter question usually, because the first part of the question usually leads to the second part of the question. The first part of the question is this: how do you tell the difference between first edition of cards or boxes or packs to unlimited versions of cards or boxes or packs? Okay, and that question is easily answered. We'll answer it today. And the second part of that question is, how do you tell the difference between a cold foil and an unlimited rainbow foil? Like, do they look the same? Do they look noticeably different? Before we get too far into it though, huge shout out to these sponsors of the channel. If you want to buy Flesh and Blood boxes, singles, mats, play mats, things like that. If you want to build cool decks, go down into the description, use the affiliate links down there, or just use the links down in the description to find these wonderful stores, these websites. All of this is super fantastic. You should use all of it. And if you want to support this channel via Patreon, you'll have access actually to a really cool deck list archive of all the decks that I build, that I play, test, that I see that are really cool, things like that, that I tweak. If you want to have access to all of those deck lists, I have a Patreon tier that's open right now. It's like $5 a month. You're going to have a constantly curated and updated list of decks that you can try out for yourself, decks that have been submitted to me by members of the DM Armada community and Discord. So feel free to head on over to patreon.com/DM Armada and support me over there. So we're going to answer both of those questions, okay? And in order to answer both of those questions, we first have to identify what a first edition product is and what an unlimited product is. A first edition product of Flesh and Blood is a limited print run with fancy stuff put into it. Okay, so think of it this way: if you print first edition Monarch, okay, or Tales of Aria, which is coming out very soon, if you print that up and you limit the quantity and you never print it again, and you put fancy stuff in there that collectors might like to look at or have or just hold, that's first edition. They're never going to send it back to the printer. They're never going to do those fancy things again, like cold foils or extended art kind of cards. That's first edition. Now, unlimited is a version of that same exact thing with the same exact cards, where they take out a lot of those like collectible collector items so that the box prices don't, do all crazy stuff. You don't have to pay extra for these products, and they print them to demand. They're just going to keep sending them to the printer when people want more. They print it and print it and print it. Okay, that's unlimited. And there are definite ways to tell the difference on cards if it's first edition or if it's unlimited. So let's look at those first. So I have here in my possession a first edition Whisper of the Oracle. This is just a common. This is not very fancy. This is not very it's not exciting. We'll get to those cards later. This is a first edition common Whisper of the Oracle from Arcane Rising, and I can tell that it's from Arcane Rising because down here in the bottom it says Arc, and then it has the card number. Now it has a hyphen and a C, and this is the point where you find out if this is first edition or if this is unlimited print run. For WTR, which is Welcome to Wraith, the first set ever released, and for Arcane Rising, this is how they numbered their first edition product. This is how they displayed first edition, okay? Just like this. Now, when they reprinted those sets and made them unlimited, they changed the bottom here, okay? And this is what it looks like now. So if you buy WTR or Arcane Rising, this is what you see. It's the same exact card. I mean, I picked a blue and that's a red, so I was lazy. I should have gone and gotten a blue or whatever. It's the same exact card, but the thing down here at the bottom is changed. We have a C with a circle that is colored in gray because it's a common. Then they put the numbering to the side. So this is an unlimited Arcane Rising card. And I know it's unlimited because for Arcane Rising, this is how they did their unlimited print run. And this is how they're still doing their unlimited print run because it's still in print. So this is the main difference of telling, this is the main way to tell the difference between first edition and unlimited with WTR and Arcane Rising. Now they changed that. They changed it in Crucible of War, and this is what they did. So here is a Shiana from Crucible of War. This is a legendary, so you see the bottom there down in the numbering there has an L with an orange circle colored in. This is a legendary first edition. Okay, so once Crucible of War came out, which was the third set, it was a supplemental set. Once this came out, they decided, hey, we like the look and the easy to see circle with the lettering in it. That's what we're doing for first edition from now on. And in fact, that's what they're doing on all cards, except for the coloring in part. This is how you can tell from Crucible to Monarch to everything in the future. This is how you can tell a first edition card is a first edition card. If it has a circle that is colored in, okay, with the numbering next to it. Sure, makes sense? The colored in circle from now until the end of whenever they change it, I guess, is a first edition product. Okay, so for example, here we have a first edition cold foil Hooves of the Shadow Beast. Okay, you know it's first edition because down at the bottom you see this is from Monarch, and then you see the C with the gray fully colored in circle. Now, how do you know if it's a cold foil? Why not just a rainbow foil? Well, I mean, most people, when they answer this question, like experienced people, they'll say you can tell the difference, and they're correct. They're 100% correct. So the number one way I say you can tell a cold foil from a rainbow foil is look at the borders. Do you see the bordering right here? Do you see, like, when I move the card, like it shimmers and shines like it's metal? That is the hallmark of a cold foil. The bordering looks metallic, okay? They also take the cold foiling and they put it oftentimes on the equipment itself. So here we have Hooves of the Shadow Beast, which are boots or leg equipment, and you see the hooves themselves are cold foiled, okay? So this is a first edition cold foil card. There are not cold foils in Unlimited. There will likely never be cold foils in Unlimited. That is what LSS is stating. They are going to change it once you get from first edition to Unlimited to a rainbow foil. So let's look at that. And this also gives us an opportunity to talk about how they're doing Unlimited circling from now until, I guess, whenever they change it. Let's get that little piece of dust off. This is a rainbow foil of the same exact card. Okay, you see the sides here, the bordering is not shining. They don't want it to, because they don't want it to look like a cold foil. In Unlimited, you're never going to get cold foils, and that's okay, because Unlimited is really just you get these cards so that you can play whatever you want. You just want to play the cards. You don't want to worry about them being super ridiculously like collectible, that sort of thing. That's really the point for first edition. And you can see the rainbow different colors that go when I shift the card. This is a rainbow foil, and like I said, you can really tell the difference. Now, before I pick up both of them and do a side-by-side, this is how you'll tell Unlimited edition cards from now until the end of time. They are not filling in the circle down here for Unlimited cards. Again, the cold foil first edition has the filled in circle at the bottom, right? The Unlimited does not. So from now until the end of time, this symbol will delineate Unlimited. This will be first edition. And again, foiling, you can really tell when they're side by side. This is a cold foil, right? Because you can see the shine, the shimmer. It's like metallic. This is a rainbow foil, right? You put them both next to each other. They're pretty easy to distinguish, okay? And so if you open up a box of Crucible of War Unlimited and you pull yourself a nice looking Shiana, she's not going to be cold foil, okay? You can't tell maybe in the tuck case, but she's cold foil in first edition. And if you pull her in Unlimited, then that little symbol right there will be a hollow circle. Now, with all of that understood, let's take a look at two of my favorite cards. One of them I just pulled today. Okay, so here we go. We have, whoa, it's a test. Put your answer down below. Which is this, Unlimited or first edition? Which is this, rainbow or cold foil? The real answer is who cares, because it's freaking beautiful. That's the real answer. But if you were like literally typing in chat or in the comments down below like, I got the answer right, the answer for the first one is Unlimited, you'd be correct, because you see the rainbow foiling on the Phantasmal Footsteps themselves, and you see the L, the hollow circle on the bottom. Okay, that's Unlimited. The cold foil version is still beautiful. It's mirrored, it's reflective, the bordering is cold foil and shiny. The L on the bottom is full and colored all the way in, This is a cold foil Phantasmal Footsteps. This is how you tell the difference between first edition, between unlimited, for all of the different sets. Don't forget, WTR and Arcane Rising did, for first edition, the numbering thing, and then they changed for unlimited to the full end circle. And then for every set from Crucible onward, they did the full end circle for first edition, cold foils in there as well. And then when you go to unlimited, you have the hollow circle, no cold foils, rainbow foils versions of those cards instead. I hope you guys found this helpful. I hope this answered a question. If you're new to the game, again, I want to say welcome to the game. Thanks for popping in. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to stay a while, you can hit the button up there and make the number go higher. It's pretty cool. It's like an interactive thing. If you press the red button, the number goes up. If you unpress the red button, I'm sad. So you could do either of those things, and it would be really fantastic. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, everybody, thanks for watching.